everybody, welcome back. I'm Kate Rebel, this is Kate Rebel's Realm, and we're almost done. End of an era, end of a time. I'm still obviously going to do new hero stories when they come out, but for now, this is my last video for the storytime lore. It's kind of sad. I only have one hero to actually review today that we haven't done yet. And I finally submitted myself to be part of the content creators community of Watcher of Realms, so I have a few new ideas that I'm going to be doing for the next video, so don't worry, I'm still going to be posting 3 to 4 times a week. I got you. It's just going to be a little bit different, and I'm just going to have to get used to being yappier because I've had it easy. I've been just reading things out. That has been so nice. So I'm just going to look you in the eyes and tell you I don't know what I'm doing. But we are going to get into it right now, and we're going to do the final hero of my Watcher of Realms story time. It's a sad moment. We're done, you guys. And I know there are new heroes coming out once the update happens, so when that all plays out, I will 100% be doing story times for those heroes. But let's open this up and go to the Supreme Arbiters, and we're going to roll right in and do Praetus, the Supreme Arbiter Lord. Now, he's been in a few of our stories, and I don't think he's a good guy. It kind of seems like the Sun Supreme is a little bit of a bagman, and he seems to hammer down on a lot of people and kind of control them a little bit and try to be the guy, but people don't want to listen. So let's see how his story kind of plays into that. Praetus, the Sun Supreme. The Lord of the Supreme Arbiters executes judgments on behalf of order, leveraging light of judgment to eliminate those audacious enough to challenge the order. He's so extremely overpowered in this game that it should be illegal. When somebody has him in Guild Wars, done. Nothing. There's nothing you can do. You're toast. The Sun Supreme. And honestly, maybe he's mad because most of the guys in this game are cute or handsome or like studly, and he looks like this. His skin is gray. The cost of balance is high. How much can the people be expected to pay? Alistair, the Meteor Sage, who, I think it was Theowen. Was it Theowen? Gosh. I need to write all this down on a big old map for myself, but I think it was Theowen who ran away from the Sun Supreme to go to Alistair. Correct me if I'm wrong, I might be wrong. I don't really rewatch my videos or anything, so once I've read it and edited it, it's done, and a lot of little things leave my head, so I will be making a video where I connect everybody, and then maybe I'll remember. Imagine for a moment that you receive word of an impending attack on a small village by a heinous force that's been terrorizing the countryside for months. If you reinforce the village with troops, the invaders will take notice, calling off the advance. But for how long? And where might they strike next? Alternatively, you could allow the attack to commence and launch a counterstrike on the headquarters of the invaders while simultaneously cutting off their retreat. The village and all its occupants would surely perish, but the invading threat would be eliminated. Not an easy decision. Yet these are the exact kind that Praetus, the Sun Supreme, is faced with on an hourly basis. Long ago, an organization of guardians called the Collective watched over the realm, striving for balance amongst all of Taia's inhabitants. Then came the Great Schism. Many of the Collective took to practicing dark magic to combat impending evils, ultimately forming the Chaos Dominion. But a far more principled group splintered off as well. They were known as the Supreme Arbiters. Praetus was a paragon of equilibrium, embodying unyielding loyalty to the balance and safeguarding of the realm. With an unassuming presence, he rallied a group of like-minded individuals who shared in his vision and ultimately helped form the Arbiters. In the first year of his leadership, Taia knew stability like never before. The Chaos Dominion was held in check, and order rang true. But it wouldn't take long for some arbiters to begin questioning Praetus' methods. A shadow was cast over the Sun Supreme's initial benevolence due to his unyielding pursuit of order, and what had once been seen as dedication took on a more ominous hue. In his quest to maintain balance, Praetus became increasingly ruthless, resorting to extreme measures to curb even the slightest dissent. His once loyal followers followed in unease as the leader they admired became a tyrant willing to sacrifice individual liberties for the sake of the greater good. Despite all criticisms, the Sun Supreme retains his role as a leader of the Arbiters. Unwavering in his beliefs, Praetus would rather die than give way to disorder. Love him or otherwise, he just may be one of Taya's only hopes against the Chaos Dominion. I love that he's just like the big CEO manager of like this corporation called Watcher of Realms. He is the guy. He is taking care of Taya. And even though he might make decisions that not everyone agrees with, that's going to sacrifice some people, he's doing it for the greater good, which is how management sees themselves. I feel kind of bad for you. But hey, at least he's like, hey, you know, on an hourly basis, I wreak havoc, but I also make sure that Taya stays in order. He's holding his like agenda, his calendar. I feel like that was just a really good story to end off with. I didn't even think about it. I know that he's kind of the best hero in the game, but it really kind of encapsulated everything and went, all in all this stuff's happening, bad stuff. Each faction's at its odds, they're facing each other, but in the end, the Chaos Dominion's the worst, and Praetus is just trying to keep everything at bay. But he's seen as this big bad guy because he kind of is, but he also isn't. So I enjoyed that for the last story time. I was expecting to have one more full video of a couple more people, but we've done everybody. They're all done. I did it, but you did it because you watched all of them, and I appreciate you guys so much from the bottom of my soul. Once the weather cools down a little bit, and I don't feel like I'm gonna boil to death after being in here for over 40 minutes, I'm going to start live streaming, and I'm going to do some lives with summoning. I'm going to do some lives with gameplay, and I'm going to do some lives of other games. Oh my gosh, because I have a Twitch account, and I will link it, and obviously I will make little updates on my Instagram that is attached to this YouTube account. So I'm kind of excited about that, but a lot of the streaming will be for Watcher of Realms. But I'll do a couple other games because I really just like video games, especially in the wintertime. I get super, super invested into video games, and I would like to stream them for you guys. And yeah, so I'm in the works of setting everything up. I've used my Twitch before, but I would like to get my Patreon going, and I'll be linking my Patreon as well for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I am Kate Rebel. This is Kate Rebel's Realm. And I will see you guys next time. Stop shoving your book in my face. See, I think he thinks he's the guy. Which, I mean, he kind of is the guy. I love that he's just like the corporate manager. Why did I slur that? Manager. Why do I feel so awkward?